The following program is rated podcast MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity.
Just start. He said sexual.
Yeah. He didn't really pronounce the X real well.
Okay.
You said
sexual.
He said sexual.
Let me spit it out for you.
Oh, that's scary.
Let's try this again, folks.
Okay. The following program is rated podcast MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations.
I mean, that's how he says it.
Dude.
Okay. It's not. You've heard the song "Sexual Healing"?
Sexual.
It's not sexual healing.
Sexual.
Sexual healing.
Okay.
Take your loafers off.
We will try this again. Let me rub my feet together.
Number three. Here we go.
The following program is rated podcast MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Dude, I have to say, that was pretty good.
Not bad.
Even after 3 tries.
Sexual.
That's a sweet song. I like that.
Here we go, boys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's good stuff.
Dang right, dude, straight out of SOA.
Sounds like they've been hanging out with the Irish.
Those are good people. Irish. Those Irish people. They're good people.
I turn Irish when I go to the pub.
You'll listen to the podcast and you'll like it. Welcome
Don't know what that is.
to all our fellow bikeaholics out there. Thank you so much for returning to another loaded episode of the Lab Podcast. Of course, this is a special episode that is just for fun at the beginning. We've all done it at the beginning.
It's just for gets and shiggles.
There you go. The MALSV. Of course, this podcast is rated E for everyone. But of course, that's what they say at the beginning of SOA, Sons of Anarchy. And so we've kind of made a challenge out of it. And when we're done with the season, we're going to do a competition. Everybody can vote on it. So anyways, yeah, thanks. This is a special episode outside of our regular episode. We are recording this. It's the 4th, November 4th. 2013.
Sure is.
And I will be cranking this out tonight. Additionally, within the next couple days, we already have several episodes recorded. I will be kicking out a regular episode 22 of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. So make sure and check that out too. Of course, check everything out. This podcast is for the motorcycle majority, all motorcyclists. That's right, the
99%.
Sweet, somebody jumped on it. This podcast covers everything. So if you think you can handle it, mount up, come along with us for another wild ass ride. All right, guys, in the studio with me to my left is Chewy. Go ahead, Chewy. Attaboy. And to my right, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Lurch. It's darn close.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? Yeah, so here we are. This is Ryan Erlacher, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast, and your
Hostess with the mostess.
And your
high-tech redneck.
Thank you, Chewy. Appreciate it. Anyhow, yeah, this is a special episode. Just a couple things, guys. This episode will basically be on Sons of Anarchy. We've been doing these special episodes in between our regular episodes, so we've been staying very busy here in the lab studio. Been
concocting something up nice.
We are concocting. We've been concocting. I've been working hard in the lab. In fact,
he said concocting.
He said concocting.
I did. What do you guys think? I've been working hard. I painted.
Looks good. I like the colors.
Looks good.
Busted my hump painting. I've got some on-air lights. I've got new, I talked about the desk in past episodes. Yeah, I'm still working on it. It's got some things to do, but slowly but surely it's coming along. So, yeah, maybe you'll see something new next time.
I'm looking forward to it.
Once you get some pictures up, it'll be
I told you my idea for that back wall if you ever get around to it.
What?
Is using a projector and putting our club logo up there.
I like that.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Yeah, get a projector, hang it at the ceiling.
Or you want to put it on the ceiling?
Well, no, the projector and have to aim it back towards that wall.
No, I mean just put a projector up there and trace it out and paint it on.
Okay. Not live, just trace it. I got you. I like you.
Yeah.
I like you. Yeah, I've got a lot of things, a studio timer. But anyways, enough of that. Couple things, guys, before we get into, of course, episodes 7 and 8 of Law Abiding Biker Season 6 is what we're going to be discussing. But I want to, of course, that opening song.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who that is without looking at your notes? Because
No.
I put it in there. That opening song was from Sons of Anarchy episode. I don't remember which one, but I had downloaded it at some point. It's called Slip Kid by Anvil, Anvil, and Franky Perez. That's who sings it. So,
all right.
Of course, that was just the beginning of the song, a little clip.
Rockin' song.
Yeah, it is a rockin' song.
The rest of it pretty good?
Yeah, the whole song's good.
It's worth downloading?
Oh, totally.
I'll put it in my
you need to.
query.
You need to. And all you out there, if you liked it, that's who you can search for. Just search for Sons of Anarchy. You can find that song. All right, guys, real quick before we we do have a lot of content. There is a new Law-Abiding Biker tutorial video, and it is getting a ton of great feedback. It's selling. I'm very pleased it's been selling. My number one selling video is the boombox, the new boombox infotainment system, which comes on the new 2014 Harley-Davidson touring models. It's a computer in the dash now. And I'm selling that, and a lot of people are buying it, and they're really liking it. lawabidingbiker.com/boombox if you want to purchase that video. Very reasonable price. It's a 55-minute video. The one I just put out, I only put it out like 4 or 5 days ago, but I worked hard. It took me 3 days to film it, to edit it, to do all the website stuff. Seriously, like 3 days.
Are you using a tripod, or you got your beautiful wife out there videotaping you?
No, tripod.
Oh.
But it is how to do routine maintenance, oil change, and safety check on your Harley Davidson. Now, we have a free one on YouTube, but this one, I mean, absolutely knocks it out of the park. It's the Mac. Just get new email coming in. He's looking at me because that funny sound. Bling. But I decided that one did so good for free. It's got over 50,000 hits now on my YouTube channel, Scrappy587. And so I made one. This one is for sale, but it is absolutely thorough. I go through, even in the notes when you go to buy it, it tells you what tools you're going to need. The blog shows the very limited tools that you're going to need. I tell you a part number for a Harley-Davidson oil wrench. And I go into a whole bunch more stuff in this for sale video. So if you like the one on YouTube that has over 50,000 hits, let me tell you that this one's 10 times as good if you think that one's good. So definitely worth checking out and purchasing. And if you go to lawabidingbiker.com/2014, so 2014 Harley Davidson. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/2014 Harley Davidson. That'll give you direct access. Of course, you can always go to buy videos on the lab website and find it there too if you forget that. And I just want to throw out there that I do have a coupon code out there. If you, I'm not going to tell you how many coupon codes I put out, but there's quite a few. And if you're one of the group of the few first buyers, use coupon code WRENCH when you're purchasing it. Coupon code WRENCH and you will get $4 off. Just like that. And so, yeah, those are out there, but obviously first come, first serve. I only am going to do so many coupon codes. So if you want that video, believe me, the feedback I've got on it is phenomenal. And it will really, like I say, show you how to do an oil change, safety, complete, thorough safety inspection. Every tool, I don't skip anything on it. So check that out. All right. With that said, that's really all I had to open. Got my flu shot today. Yep. I did.
You are that old? He's got to get a flu shot now?
Dude, you don't get flu shots?
No.
You're retarded.
I had a flu shot one time.
It has nothing.
And what happened to you?
And I got sick.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got sick.
You guys, that is such a...
You're putting dead
No.
virus in your
Dead
body.
serious.
No,
Yeah.
dude, yeah.
No.
It's ridiculous.
You don't ever get... They tell you that a lot of times you'll feel like crap for a day or two when you get
I've got them for like 8 years and I don't ever got sick.
Dude, you're sick all the time.
No.
And it's because of the
I'm
flu
not
shot.
sick all the time. I just got it today, you jerk. I just got it today.
Hey, let's take a little bet here. I'll put some
The
money
city-
on it. $20. I'm putting $20 in the pot. I will not get the flu this winter.
You will. You'll get a sinus infection. You always go down with a sinus
Not
infection.
anymore. Not anymore.
Since when?
Hey, by the way,
You go down with sinus infections, you're like dead for like a week. Last year in the winter, we didn't hear from you for like a week and a half.
Oh,
You
yeah.
went down, dude.
But does the flu shot
no.
keep you from getting a sinus
thank
infection?
you. No, it has
no,
nothing to do with the
it
sinus
doesn't.
infection.
But don't say you're not getting sick because you get sinus infections
I'm
like
not
a
getting
mother.
the flu. $20. I will not get the flu this winter.
Well, I don't get the flu either because
Well, you will this
Knock
year.
on wood.
8 years.
I
8
haven't had the
years.
flu and I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And we get them for
and
free.
I don't get flu shots.
You only need that if you're a child or an old person,
It's
and you're
not
borderline
true,
old.
dude. Like all our officers get them, dude. We all get them. We line up like cattle, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
And they stick you in the arm. No, we
Yeah.
do. Our department gives them for free. I'm
And
sure yours does too.
The man is giving you some kind of shot. You have no idea what's in it. They could be tracking you. They could be putting trackers in your
They don't
body.
stick you in the rear. They stick you in the arm.
I pulled down my pants around my ankles, and the lady thought she was like, "Get out of here!"
What are you doing?
Sir, we're supposed to give it to you in your shoulder.
Sorry. Yeah,
They're putting RFI trackers in you. That's what they're doing. They're following you.
Dude, they're tracking us everywhere we go. Anyways, put your tinfoil hat on.
Yeah, just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not following you.
Chewy, you need to get a flu shot. I'm sure your
Whatever.
sure your department gives
You're
them for
not that
free
old.
too.
Pretty sure that's
it has
not going to
nothing
happen.
to do with age.
Pretty sure that's not going to happen.
All right,
No.
dude.
Bird flu.
We are on chat, and there's quite a few people on here, and so we will be, if we get anybody coming in with any questions, I put it out on our Facebook that we would be recording. If you have any SOA questions or your views, it'll be awesome if we get some of that. Matt is going to be monitoring that. Matt, for the first time,
Multitasking.
he brought his laptop.
Well, I've been
because-
multitasking for a long time. I've been enjoying a cocktail and talking into the microphone at the same time.
yes.
That's multitasking.
It'll make you feel important. It'll make
Actually, I'm over here looking at my personal email and
not paying
cleaning out my
attention.
inbox. And
So he brought a laptop because I only have the Mac desktop and the iMac, and so it'll help him. So because I've got a lot to do over here, that'll help at least monitoring chat. So let's get right into this, guys. Where are we at? Okay, let's get right into this. Episode 7, which aired on October 22nd, 2013. All right, Sam Crow. They start out. Obviously, the clubhouse had been burning up. Had burned up the previous episodes, and the Reaper's table made it, dude.
of course it did.
It's pretty charred, but it made it.
It just had a little soot on it,
It
apparently.
did. Yeah,
They
yeah.
just wiped it off and it was ready to go again.
I know, but it did. It made it. It's charred. They're moving into so they moved into a new building, and I wasn't quite sure what it is, but it's a old ice cream shop,
It's
isn't
an
it?
old storefront downtown because the current mayor's been screwing things up there, and all the businesses are leaving town. So there's plenty of empty storefronts, and he gave them one to put their club in.
And what's the guy with no fingers name?
Oh,
I always forget. But
Nubs.
He's loving it, dude.
Chucky.
Chucky's loving it, dude.
Nubs.
Yeah, Chucky. Yeah, you're right, Chucky. Yeah. So yeah, Chucky's really liking that ice cream shop. At the end of one of the episodes, I forget what it was, but he's just all happy eating licorice and stuff and whatever, dude. He's
with his little
Those little
nubs.
nubs.
with his nubs, yeah, he's eating licorice. I guess they're temporarily renting that, right? You said.
Well, I don't think they're renting it. I think
You think they're
the mayor just gave it to him to use.
Well, I thought Jax gave him money
Oh, did he?
at the first
Okay.
during that episode.
I know they're in bed with the mayor, so.
They are.
They are now. They used to not get along, but I think the charming mayor is coming around.
They charmed him.
They charmed him.
They charmed him money because that development didn't go through and all that from, I think that was last season. But so they vote Bobby's guys, brought him on board.
Yep. Made
All
them
of them.
Rosewood Originals or whatever they call
Redwood.
them. Whatever.
Rosewood, dude. Come on, Chewy. Say
Doesn't
something about that.
doesn't that have to do with something with a horror film, Rosewood?
I
Good
don't
job.
know.
Good job.
That's what came into my head.
Redwood Originals.
That's
and,
what I meant.
Yeah, Sam Crow. And they also vote Prospect Rat.
Oh, Rat made it.
That was pretty cool when they did
Yeah,
that.
that was a good scene.
Jerked
Come
him
on
around
up.
a
Let's
little
talk
bit.
about that. Let's talk about that.
Come on upstairs. He's got a handful of candy that he's been eating, throws it aside, and runs up there, and they have him sit at the table, and he's like, sit at the table? What?
Dude, he was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, would they tell him take your cut off?
Take it off, put it on the table.
Yeah, and cut off. Yeah, and then they tell him cut off your
Cut off
prospect
that-
rack.
cut
I
off
think he
that
basically
patch.
thinks he's getting kicked out or something.
Yeah.
So, of course, then they give him his colors. So he is, official member now. Straight up.
Very cool.
Way to go, Rat.
You imaginary dude, you.
You're playing some good music tonight. I like
Yeah, that's how I roll. That's how I roll,
Little
dude.
drop kicks.
Yeah. So Tara meets with the hospital administrator and Margaret, right? Yeah, Margaret, if my memory serves me right. who gets her some files, and I wasn't quite sure what the files were at that point.
Not at that point.
Not at that point, but DA meets with Nero and his attorney in jail, and DA wants to turn state's evidence on a trade to drop his murder charge, which we all know is a Bolsheviki.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bolsheviki charge.
Oh, what? So it's a Russian BS?
I don't know, dude. It's Bolsheviki.
General Bolsheviki.
There you go.
I've been in the Russian army for about 100 years. Bolsheviki.
And what else? What else there? You need to talk more this time there, Chewy. He's getting it. See, he does.
He's got a lot of insight.
He does. He has great insight.
Yeah.
When we're talking while we're eating dinner. I need to
shut him up.
I need to start just taking the mic out there where you can't shut him up while we're eating at dinner. But he gets in here, he freezes all up. So they want to drop his murder charge and wants to testify against Jax and Sam Crow that the KG-9 involved in the school shooting did come from Sam Crow, and gives him
24 hours.
24 hours.
Yep.
Also known as 1 day.
Correct.
Thank you.
24.
What?
24.
Huh?
That's my Spanish.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So Jax meets at the barn, the usual barn that they always met with the Irish, with August Marks.
Their gun storage warehouse.
Correct. What went down? What went down there, Matt?
Well, he tells them that the Kings are not on board, and what else has he got going on here? He's going to be, they're not cool with him running guns, and he figures it's because that August is black.
Yeah, that was kind of a funny scene.
Yeah.
He's like, so they don't like the colored or black or whatever he said. Yeah, he got it real quick that the Irish didn't like his type, I guess, and didn't want to work with him.
In this day and age.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is, but it is the criminal world, too.
That's true.
It is.
It's not like us, the normal people. These are criminals in the first place, so they don't think straight as it is. And certainly a lot of them are racist, obviously.
No doubt.
Yeah. And so, yeah, where were we? Sorry, I lost track.
They cut Connor loose.
Oh, yeah, they did. They did cut Connor. And Rat, if I remember, Rat drove him.
And Juice
took
was
off.
there with him, too.
Yep, Juice was there.
Juice was in the back.
Yep. And Jax basically tells Connor that to tell Galen that they are honoring the demands and that they will run the guns through Clay, but that they all know it's a risk, basically Clay. And Connor, I think, knows it's a risk too.
Oh, yeah.
To go through Clay because he's so unpredictable and is out for himself, and everybody kind of knows that. He also wants Connor to tell Galen that if things fall through, that August is still willing to move the guns. Mm-hmm. So even though they don't like him, that was kind of weird.
Hey, it's money.
I know.
It's business.
At some point, if they need money bad enough, they're going to let their racist beliefs go.
Right, of course.
That's what I say. All right, what's next there? What do you got?
It's
dude. Looking at Chewy with his phone up to his eyes.
I know.
Going cross-eyed. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Next on this little thing here is Nero tells Gemma
those would be
that
called
DA
show notes, and yeah,
that the DA is wanting him to give up the club
Yep.
for this shooting.
Yep. And so obviously Gemma's on board, and the DA Patterson.
Yeah.
They finally said her name.
That's her last name, huh?
Yep, that's her last name. They finally said it in there, and I was able to jot it down. But tells him that Venus, the transvestite, if everybody remembers, Venus, the one that Tiggy has a Woody for.
He's got some nice lungs.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Tiggy's got the old for Venus, dude.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he gets all giddy when he sees Venus. But they got custody. Tells him that Venus. I don't even. Yeah, does that make sense to you?
Your show notes?
Yeah.
Well, because Venus's mom has custody of Venus's nephew Joey, which we found out later is actually
yes
his son.
His son.
And
yep.
and mom is keeping his son away from him, and she was not so nice to Venus as a young
because
boy girl.
of the fact he was
a transvestite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say, Venus is very well spoken.
Oh yeah.
You notice that it's all like very well spoken about.
Have you seen some other shows with him in it?
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
Watch Justified.
Justified, he's great.
I love Justified, and he plays a bad guy pretty much in Justified, but he's and he was also in The Shield. He played Shane on The Shield, but that's just he's got a very good vernacular. Huh?
Vernacular.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Oh, dude.
Look it up.
That's nice. Very nice.
He's verbose.
Thought you were going to talk about testacular or something. I don't know, dude, in vernacular. But yeah.
So she tells Nero about that, and Nero freaks out because Nero took care of a young Venus or Victor or whatever his name really was.
Mm-hmm.
So he says it's.
Nero loves Venus.
Oh yeah, he says
I mean in a
not in
rearing kind of way,
Yes.
child rearing kind of way.
Yes, I think he worked her, didn't he?
Correct,
Yeah.
and got her when she was
He called
him.
her. He said that she's mi familia. So
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not a sexual love. It's just
No,
a family
it's
love.
like a love of a brother that turned to a sister.
Yep, and basically, Nero wants Gemma to ask Jax for help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get that kid away from my mama.
Yeah.
Yep, because apparently Mama's psycho and using the nephew as a sex slave,
Yeah,
or
we find out later how
the
crazy she really
pedophiles.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up crazy.
Nuts.
So yeah, D.A. Patterson. After that, obviously, D.A. Patterson meets with Sheriff Eli, and they talk about following Jax and Nero to a house in Stockton the other day near Seaport.
Mm-hmm.
And they bumped into the ex-convict, which is Charlie Barosky.
Charlie Berosky.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Just funny name, dude.
Yeah, I think the last time we talked about him, I said he was in RoboCop. I think it was Terminator. Which one was it?
I don't know.
No, it was RoboCop.
It was RoboCop. One of the originals, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And D.A. Patterson wants Eli to look into Borowski and see if he's connected with Sam Crow and the Biz Lads.
Lats.
Biz Lads.
Lats.
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 The Biz Lats, which is Nero's crew. Or basically was his crew. But, dude, best awesome scene, dude. Venus is sitting there. To say how...
Let's set it up. They're sitting in the ice cream shop, which is the new clubhouse. Yeah, they're listening to Venus's story, right? Mm-hmm.
No, but when Tiggy sees her in the window, dude.
Well, we're getting there.
Okay,
I'm setting it up.
Setting
They're
it
at the ice cream shop. They're all listening to her story, and Tiggy walks in. What's he say?
Doesn't he say, "What's up, baby," or something like that?
He
Maybe
says-
she's here for a banana split.
Maybe she's here for the banana split.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
that was
Because you
funny.
need to split the banana to make an innie or outie and innie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that is my favorite best line, which will be on the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/SOA04. Because, this will be our 4th SOA episode. So, I put some other stuff on there too. But, maybe she's here for a banana split. Love it. I think Tiggy's got best lines the last couple shows. Because the other one was when they were...
Well, Jack's got the last one that you talked about. At least I'm letting you.
There's
bring my
one
mom.
per episode. Yeah, he got one too, but Tiggy
Yeah.
got the one where they were with the motorcycle cops. And he said,
Oh, that's right.
I've seen whatever that movie is.
Yeah, I've seen.
I love that movie or whatever it was, dude.
Oh, Smoking. I've seen Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Tiggy has been taking some best lines. Basically, they talk about what kind of abuse that Venus's, and it was sexual abuse that Venus's mother was doing. And it had her, like I said, in the child porn business. So Jack's crew later go to Alice's house, the psycho mother of Venus, to get this nephew, Joey. Mm-hmm. And you guys remember what happened
Using
there?
air quotes, Joey, air quotes. Cause
Air quotes. I did the air quotes.
on nephew.
Yep, I air quoted nephew.
Uh-huh.
Nephew, air quote, Joey. You guys remember what went down? That was quite a scene.
Yeah, they had a little deal going on. They
I
had
was
pushing and going, and then a shotgun goes off.
I was expecting to see like a child, like a small kid, not the age that the kid
Yeah, you're
was.
right. I was too.
I was expecting to see like maybe a 6-7-year-old, something like that. Not the age that he was.
True. I hadn't thought about it at the time.
Yep,
Makes
I
sense.
actually did too. Was surprised, but you guys remember
Well,
how
here's
that
what
scene
I
went
guess
down?
because later on.
Grabs his junk.
Well, but later on, the concern was about whether or not to tell him that Venus was not his aunt, really his mom. So maybe that's why the kid was older. So the kid was old
True.
enough to understand what's going on.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. And you remember what happened there?
Doesn't Venus grab somebody's junk?
Yeah, dude. No, the freaky Alice, dude. They're arguing and
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
She grabs
and
Venus's junk.
Yeah,
I'm
she
sorry.
and something up and grabs the junk and that's when Venus pushes Alice down. Yeah, Alice straight up grabbed his junk.
Then a gat went off.
Yes, and that old man.
Shotgun blast.
Yep, straight up. The bitch went off.
Yeah, the gat, the bitch.
The bitch.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm surgical with this thing, Jakey.
Oh yeah, dude. Training day, straight up. I don't got any training day sounds, dude. Don't make me get surgical with this. All right, what happened next? A shotgun goes off. Go for it, Chewy.
Then Alice escapes in the minivan, and
Yeah.
Joey and the boys chase after.
Yeah, and what happened?
High speed chase.
You don't have to just read the notes.
High speed
Do you
chase.
remember the episode?
I'm trying to remember it. Yeah.
I gotta bust your.
How about
I gotta bust your balls, dude.
Oh, Venus with the handgun in the back, letting it
That's
crack,
what I'm
crack,
saying.
crack,
Yep,
crack.
shooting through the window.
Venus went straight up nuts, dude. And
She went loco.
even Tiggy was looking at her. Remember in the back?
he,
He's like,
he got really excited, didn't he?
yeah, he's like,
That's-
holy.
Now he had a whole new excitement for her. He's like,
Yep.
he already had a hot for her. Now she's blasting off rounds out the back window.
He was even like, what the hell?
She is
dude?
his kind of crazy.
So yeah, that whole frickin' chase goes on, and yeah, I forget what Venus's real name is, but they were talking about somebody came out, Venus, and they said don't let that come out again.
The name was said.
Matthew
I can't remember
or
what it was.
so, yeah, I can't
no,
remember.
I think it was Victor.
Victor, okay.
Victor and Venus.
But yeah, Venus gets a little crazy sometimes. Yeah, shoots out the rear window at that car that was chasing them, basically unloads, and then Jax pulls over. They did lose Alice, though, but they had a plate from her car.
Yeah.
And Charlie Barosky
But
worked his magic.
in there, though. But in there, she tells Gemma, because they're sitting in the back seat, that he got a little drunk one night with a female friend back in the day, and made this kid that is Joey. But Joey doesn't know. So Joey thinks it's Aunt Venus, but it's really Mama Venus.
Very.
And see,
I'm
that's
glad-
what
Daddy Venus.
that's what we forgot to say is when he came in the house, the mother gets on Venus, gonna tell the real story.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
and
what the argument
Venus is
started.
like, no, don't tell him that, Mama. He
Yep.
doesn't need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the junk got grabbed.
That's when the junk got grabbed.
Yep, you're right. They were going to shoot. Alice
Anyhow.
wanted to spill it right there. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Matt.
Thank you.
And Chewy.
It's because I'm looking at my show notes.
That's good. Well, see, because I skip over some of them. That's why I send them to you guys too after I make them.
Oh, I'll
But
let you skip because you got 1,000 show notes here,
I
but
know.
I thought that was an important
It
one.
was very important.
Wax on, son.
So the story is, that basically she made Joey sometime back, and Joey doesn't know that that's Mommy, and Mommy's a tranny.
Should we really call her she, or should we say
no. I think
Let's just do Venus.
Okay.
she's a transvestite.
Venus with a...
Yeah.
Bah, wah, 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 wah.
OPP.
Yeah. So I guess that's enough about that. But they did get the plate, and Charlie Barosky, being the good, dirty ex-cop he is,
Good dirty detective.
A good Samaritan.
straight up, dude, he gets the plate, right? Did they? And then I think that's how they obviously found out.
Is Sheriff Eli the only cop on there that's not crooked?
Pretty much, except Wayne Unser's not crooked anymore because he's not a cop anymore.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he was big time.
He was. He justified by saying he got things done, but
He did.
Smoking weed in his uniform.
He
Oh,
ran that
Lord.
town pretty good, though.
You know what? Everybody's happy.
Don't
was-
dog on Wayne Unser.
There was less bodies piling up.
True that.
Uncle Wayne.
True that. He just smoked a little weed. He had cancer, for
Well,
God's sake. You going to make
hey.
fun of people with
He
cancer?
just, no.
Take some medication. Don't smoke weed. Weed is not medication.
That was his
Sorry,
medication.
Well, I
Sorry,
don't know. If I
folks.
had cancer, I might smoke weed too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's very possible, dude. So yeah, they end up at the port because Borowski and they kick in the door and find Joey, the nephew of Venus, all drugged up on the couch, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Unresponsive.
Mm-hmm. And then what goes down from there?
Oh, it gets
It
crazy.
did get crazy,
It
dude.
gets really crazy.
Jax got crazy.
Yes, there was. Boy, that's kind of. I hate when we do these, and I got to remember back.
The
2
mother
episodes ago.
starts going off.
Well, remember
again.
the two guys though that rammed them in the car? They draw down on them with guns because they came walking in. At first, when they got there, it was just Joey, and then all of a sudden, the two guys
Yes
walked in and they
okay,
drew down
okay.
on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a little excitement there, and then remember, this is where it gets crazy, is where Venus grabs the gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Venus grabs the gun
pointing
from
at
Tiggy.
Mom. Yep,
because Tiggy wasn't paying attention.
She pulled her off his hip, right?
Yeah, he was not in the Sewell.
That's a hand.
He was not in the proper Sewell position. He was what, since I'm a firearms instructor, we call that the hanging position, where you just have a gun hanging at your side.
Gotcha.
Nice.
And not
I call it the head up your butt position.
Yeah, with that too. Yeah, yeah. Holding gun with head up butt. But anyways, Venus gets it, and it all went to hell
she's holding
from
the
there.
gun on Mama, and her hands just to shake it. She wants to pull the trigger, but she can't.
Oh yeah, yeah. She wanted to pull the trigger, dude. Yep, she was going through it in her mind, dude. You know, doing I've been raped and
molested
and fondled for so many years, and I'm gonna shoot Alice, but she couldn't. Actually, they talked her out of it. The guys that were there, if I remember right. So, you guys remember what happened from there, basically? Or you want me to go?
Jack's got it done.
Yeah, well, yeah, Jack's. They got the gun away from Venus, and
I think he
kicks the two gay
gets
guys.
Everybody out of there. Yeah,
good call. Good
Everybody
call.
gets out.
Yeah, gets kicked out, but Alice stays up. She didn't want to leave. Remember, he goes, "Get out of here," and she's like, "No."
She just starts saying some nasty things,
and then she just wanted to go off.
Yeah, just being
Jack's
nasty.
dude teared up.
You know
Did you
why?
see that? Did you see
he
that?
He was thinking of his kids when she was saying that.
I think so. Just how mean can you be to your child?
Yeah,
Sure.
and he's thinking about all the things that he's done and his kids.
Good call, dude.
That's what I think.
That's why he teared up.
That's what we got him here for.
And then that's when he pow puts the bullet down.
Did you see the tears in his eyes though?
Oh yeah.
While he was listening, dude, and Tiggy was listening too, and his eyes were all crazy. Barosky was in there. Yeah, dude, I was not expecting that. Were you guys?
No.
I didn't. I was like,
no, I expected it to come from the Venus.
Yeah, I figured she'd do it, or maybe Barosky would do it. I'm surprised Jax did it.
I didn't think anybody would do it. I didn't know why they were listening to her. And then all of a sudden,
but watching Tiggy, he's like, "What else is gonna happen?"
Yeah, dude.
Oh God,
I know. And so Jax, pops her in the head, and of course, Barosky tells Jax that he did his hood a favor, basically referring Barosky said you did because he controls the port. You did my hood a favor, bro.
I'll take care of this one.
Yep, I'll take care of the body. Cleanup's on me. Aisle 10.
Where are they putting all these bodies? By
Clean up aisle 10. Brain matter.
There's people dying every day in Charming. They must have a pile of bodies somewhere.
Maybe they burn them. I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
They got to with the size of Charming. It's not very big. No. Gonna be extinct here pretty soon.
So population's getting small.
Yeah, it is, dude. Tara meets with her lawyer, and agreement would deny Gemma. They made, the agreement she's working up would deny Gemma any visitation, but she must get Jack to sign that agreement.
She says, not a problem. He'll sign it.
Here's my problem with Tara.
You go.
She knew all along.
What
she was getting into.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. The guy's in an outlaw biker gang. Yep. What do you think's going to happen?
Well, they're just motorcycle enthusiasts that enjoy riding motorcycles.
Right. She made a bad decision, and now she's trying to correct it.
Well, she's not correcting it very well, dude. She's like turning into Gemma.
No, she's
exactly.
She's getting...
Exactly.
But what else can she do now? I mean, that's...
Matt's receiving a phone call, so stand by. No,
I'm looking at my phone, and it's got to be a junk because I don't know. Well, it's from Illinois.
Ooh.
If you're out there and you're from Illinois, you got my phone number. Sorry, you'll have to leave a message.
Hey, we never asked you, but when Rob, or it was me and Matt, and Rob was in here. Where is Tara on the factor to you? Because I put her down like a 6 or 5. A lot of guys think she's really hot, and it's okay if you do. A 1 through 10 on the factor.
A 1 through 10?
Yep.
10 being the best on the...
I'd say like a 5.
Yep. Okay.
I said she's like the gal on Seinfeld.
Why do you have
depending
pictures
what light
at your
she's
house
on.
of her, though, dude?
Like in a good light, she looks hot. Then you get in her bad light, you're like, whoa!
My wife doesn't know that.
I went in your bathroom, dude.
My wife doesn't know that.
Hung right over the toilet, dude. Seriously.
When she was first on, I thought, oh, okay, but she's lost her.
No,
and she
she got to be in the right light.
She butch cut her hair, and see, my wife's not going to like that either.
Let's just say, though,
like short hair.
when you see her not on the show, just as an actress, not even at her best, I still only give her like a 5 or 6.
No, I don't think she's attractive.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
But all right, we'll move on. But we didn't get yours, so we're all. I think LD was a little bit higher when he was in here on that rating, but
LD, yeah.
that would make sense. DA and Eli are eating in the bakery and see Charlie Barosky in their, what I mean by bakery is their ice cream shop clubhouse. Questions him about the connection with Nero and Jack's, or no, his bakery.
Yeah, they're
no, sorry.
Down in the port.
That's
area.
my bad. Yeah, he's got a bakery down there. And they tell Barosky that they know Nero and Jack's applied for an escort license in his hood. So the DA's pressing Barosky hard here. DA tells Barosky to get dirt on them or she will spend all her resources inconveniencing every last one of Barosky's retirement funds.
And I don't think she's talking about legal retirement funds.
Negative. Basically, yeah, she's going to hem him up and screw his little illegal port activities.
That Barosky's a turd.
He is.
Piece of
poo.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's funny? Even though it's a fictional show, obviously, I kind of get mad at the DA.
Yeah, it still irks me out.
That's what's funny.
Well, the DA,
I don't like Barosky, but the DA's she's just too pushy and
she is a little
thinks
pushy.
she's too powerful.
I know, but that's a DA for you. So
You're
I'm not.
right.
I think she's just trying to make her case. And
She
she's
does
trying
a
to do
good
her
job.
And she's trying.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her do anything dirty yet. I mean, she's kind of questionable a couple things here and there.
She
that-
knows
I don't-
Nero.
strange
She
that-
knows Nero ain't guilty, but she's
Right.
still willing.
But I don't really
But later
think
on
that's-
it's either this episode or the next episode. Well, she comes clean on that and tells them we don't have nothing on you.
Yep.
So I don't know. She's a little overzealous.
But I don't really think
she's
that's
dirty.
typical of most. I mean, real DAs. They're not going to
Probably
put.
not.
They're not going to try to put somebody in jail that doesn't deserve to be. In
I
jail.
agree.
The difference here is we all
Nor
know
are they
that
really involved
Nero
usually.
deserves to be in jail.
The actual head DA is hardly,
Not really involved.
They're
in
not
the
really involved at
individual
all.
cases.
Right.
Yeah.
So Nero deserves to be in jail.
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. Come on. Now.
I agree with you.
Dude, I like Nero. Don't be putting my boy in jail.
Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smits can't go to jail.
He's in jail.
Yeah, he is. He is right now, but he gets out. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Wayne Unser uses his resources to get Tara an NCO, no contact order is what that stands for.
Mm-hmm.
But she won't tell him who the respondent is.
Does it anyways because that's his new love interest.
Which
I'm still disappointed that did we get to the point about the kids and
we're gonna.
Which
Yeah,
we all know.
I'll wait.
NCOs can't keep people from hurting you. You know that.
No.
Yep, the no contact order
Just a
can't
handgun
stop
can.
that.
It's
Yeah.
just a piece of paper.
And it's only so Gemma can't. Once she gets the NCO, then Gemma can't come around the kids.
Teach your daughters to shoot.
And
That's
yeah,
exactly right. Agreed.
Wendy and Gemma meet. Wendy tells her, this is an interesting whole deal, but we'll whip through this and we'll move on to episode 8. But Wendy tells her that Tara picked Margaret Murphy, who's the hospital administrator.
Did you go, what?
Yeah, I did. I was
yeah,
like,
it makes sense now, but it didn't at the time.
Right, yeah. I was surprised, though.
We probably can't say what Gemma called Margaret Murphy. Or what
did she call
her?
her?
Yes, we can. That red gash.
Oh, yeah.
You can say that.
Yep. Red. Beep. Yeah, there you go. Says she believes Tara is going to leave Jack's and box them all out. Anyways, Wendy ends up taking Gemma to St. Thomas Hospital, and that's where Gemma assaults Margaret, the hospital administrator. Doesn't she hold her up against the neck?
Grabs her by the throat and slams her up against the wall.
That's right. Atta boy. Yeah.
And Wayne Unser comes in and says, Gemma! Breaks him up.
See, now he's got good recollection of this because that's not even the notes. Yep. And Wendy takes Tara runs to a room. This is the whole scene.
And here's, we also forgot to talk about this at the beginning of the episode when Tara is in there taking her own blood. Remember that?
Oh, correct.
And I'm
was
thinking, what the hell is she doing?
Putting it in a bag.
Yeah.
You're right.
She's taking her own.
I didn't know either. I thought she was doing a test on her pregnancy
and
or
so
something.
that started going with me. I'm like, something's not
I didn't
right
even put two and two together. Very nice. Well done there, Chewbacca.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a roar.
Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, you're right. She did, and I just didn't really even think about it, but now it makes sense. Yes. Obviously, Gemma's. So Tara runs into a room and
oh my God,
puts a blag of blood.
Blood. I'm looking at. I'm sorry.
Growing area.
I gotta stop you. I'm looking at the show notes.
Her vagina.
Go all the way to the end and look at the capital letters.
Oh, you're not getting there yet.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll bust.
Oh, I
Capital
see that.
letters.
What?
I'll bust your balls later. Don't worry about it.
Whatever.
That's the first thing I thought of too when I saw that show.
Like,
I wanted to call him and be like, dude.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys just
she
take a loss when you have a loss.
Okay, whatever.
You just take
so
a loss.
Put, in your words, she put a blag of blood
in her growing area.
Okay,
in her vagina. And Gemma storms in, obviously, slams the door, and at this point, I kind of figure what she was going to do. But Tara tells her that she will not ever get the boys, and they exchange blows.
Yep. I got to say that was a good scene, though.
It was good.
Straight
cat fight
up. Yep. It was, dude. It was. Yeah. It was. Oh, Lurch is over there just making his sounds, dude. I love it. So yeah, they get into it. They exchange their blows and do their whole thing. And that's when it was a table, wasn't it? That she
slapped her Vanessa on.
Yep, slapped her. Her stomach area, abdomen area of her body.
She threw herself onto the table.
Yes. And basically broke the bag of blood open, making it look like she's having a miscarriage. And of course...
Right on cue.
Who was on cue? Because I'm lost.
Security.
I'm trying to remember.
The head nurse person.
Margaret comes in.
Margaret.
Unser comes in, and was it security or was it? Yeah.
Well, she called. Yeah, there was security.
Yeah, security came in too. So there was like 3 people that came through the door.
Yeah. But that makes sense though because they were chasing them,
right?
Obviously, because they ran into that room.
Yeah, true. And Margaret was there, Margaret Murphy, and said we saw it all, basically to Gemma, like we saw you do it.
Oh, and Wendy was there.
Oh yeah, Wendy was there too.
Because Wendy looks at Gemma like, "Oops."
Oh,
yeah.
Yep. And then looks down at the ground. Whoop.
So that is, and then of course they end the show. But I want to go real quick here. I would just like, for the record,
Jack signs the agreement too.
Yes, he does.
She got him
when they're ending the show,
and now in capital letters and bold print, italicized with exclamation points.
That is right. So last episode we did of Sons of Anarchy, which would have been episode 3. We cover 2 shows per episode. SOA 03.
At what time
I made a prediction. Well, hang on. I'm getting there.
Oh my gosh, she's even got the time and minutes.
Because I knew you guys were going to say, no, you didn't.
Oh, I know you did.
And
oh my goodness.
I predicted. What did I predict, Chewy?
That it was Wayne Unser's kid.
No, that's what you predicted. Okay, here was the predictions that were made.
Uncle Wayne.
On our podcast that covered episodes 5 and 6, which was our episode 3. But
I like Chewy's thought. That was
Chewy.
Yeah,
we had a discussion.
That one threw me for a loop.
Yes,
I thought it was possible.
It made sense though.
It does make sense. And I was just being facetious.
Yes,
when it was saying it was Wayne's kid.
Oh no, you could have been right, dude. Any of us could have been right, dude.
That's awesome.
But Chewy's prediction was, we all wondered about Tara and the baby, and Chewy's prediction was that she was pregnant by Otto. We had a long discussion about that. Lurch, you said you thought it was Wayne Unser's kid.
Uncle Wayne's baby.
And let's get a little. Oh yeah, no, does that work? No,
whatever.
We need this. And I said she wasn't pregnant, and so my prediction came right.
Good for you.
And it was exactly
good for you.
Winner, chicken dinner. And if you would like to check up on that, Lurch, you can go
for getting it right. I will let you make me dinner tonight.
At 50.25 into the podcast is where you can find that.
Good Lord.
Dude.
Eat me.
He's got it down to the
I'm not right very often, and when I am, I'm going to let you know. Okay, the episode's almost over, and Tara basically does sign the thing. They're in the hospital. She doesn't. They talk about, I don't want Gemma anymore. Tara doesn't want Gemma to see the kids anymore or be around. Jax signs it, and Tara makes Jax promise that Gemma will never be around again, and he does promise. Okay, so with that, let's move right in to episode 8 of Sons of Anarchy, which aired October 29th, 2013. And Sheriff Eli starts and walks in holding a cell, or walks in the holding cell with 2 coffees, one to give to Gemma. And Eli said, that was funny, dude. Eli goes, black, lots of sugar. And she looks at him and goes, the coffee. Dude,
that's good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I had to note it. Gemma tells Sheriff Eli that she did not assault Tara and that she actually threw herself on the edge of death. So she's basically telling her what she did, that it's BS. And Gemma's starting to get real suspicious at this point. Yeah, and Gemma says right then that she doesn't believe Tara was ever pregnant.
And Eli looks like he's kind of processing the whole thing and wondering.
Any witnesses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
None.
Did he ask about that?
Yeah. He asked her. Any witnesses?
But he gave me the impression that he was considering it.
Because how do you corroborate a story without witnesses?
Yep.
Right.
You don't.
Very true. Jackson, the guys are at the new Clubhouse ice cream shop. And, of course, the paper is out, the San Joaquin Tribune front page. Quote, I'm air quoting right now, folks. Local gangs tied to count of Aquino shooting. Is it Aquino or Aquino? That's the school shooting.
Well, it looks like Aquino, the way you have it written.
Well, that is exactly how it's written in the
Then
paper.
Aquino.
Aquino. It's word for word what I saw on the show. So local gangs tied to Aquino shooting and Bizlats, and that's how you spell Bizlats if you didn't know, because I got it off the paper. Quote, Bizlats, sons of anarchy, may have supplied the gun to shooter's mother.
Trying them in the media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have the notes up on your laptop?
I sure do.
Oh, I figured you figured that out. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've got it figured out. There's
yeah.
2 pages here. We
yeah.
need a roll, son.
Oh, we are rolling. And so, yeah. DA meets with Nero and his attorney. You want to say how that goes there, Chewy? You got any recollection of that? When the DA meets with Nero and his attorney? Because remember, they had 24 hours.
She comes in and throws the paper down on the table. Remember that?
Well, is that when he tells her that he's ready to tell her the story?
No, he asked
Not
Nero
quite yet.
if he has made up his mind on the offer. Because it's been, remember, he had 24 hours, and she's checking in. It hasn't been 24 hours.
She tosses the paper on the table first to show him what's in the paper. Yeah.
Yep, shows him front page of the paper. She's pissed. And basically the DA says that with the recent leak and the media attention, she will be forced to put extra police in Bizlat territory to appease the public. She'll put a heavy police presence there and maybe make petty arrests and basically turn informants.
Yeah.
Is what I got. Hey, we're going to arrest people for whatever little crime we can. And
somebody will turn on you.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just arrest somebody that's not very loyal to you, and they'll give you up. So she's putting the heat on him real hard. And Nero says, that's good. Oh, yeah, that was another good quote. Air quotes. That's good. Maybe you can get our garbage picked up on time. Yeah, I had to laugh at that, dude. Nero's a good one-liner once in a while. Wayne Unser meets Tara at home. You remember this scene there?
I do.
All right. What happened there?
He talks to her about the whole story and wants to know why she didn't tell him everything about it.
Yeah, he's kind of wondering what's going on with this restraining order.
Yeah.
Yep. He was very concerned, though, that she would do something to hurt her unborn child. And Tara says that what she did gives her legal precedence to separate her kids from Gemma from the club. Why did she...
What was that? That was a neck burp.
Yeah,
was that
mine,
you?
yeah, that was mine.
Wow.
That wasn't me.
That should... I need to keep that as a sound effect, actually. Here's my question, though, guys. Why? And I talked to Chewy a little bit about this, but I don't get it because he said that's homicide. Killing an unborn baby. But she goes along with it. She didn't
She says I did what I had to do.
Yeah, but she doesn't tell him that she wasn't really pregnant. Why wouldn't she do that?
It's Wayne. Who gives a crap? He's not the cops anymore.
Well, it doesn't matter. But
He's not the
what's the
popo.
purpose? There's a purpose. There's got to be a deeper purpose behind that.
She wants to play this out, and she doesn't want him running back to Gemma saying, "Hey, you know what? She actually was not pregnant."
Yeah, but what if she runs back? He already knows she was.
But now you got a potential witness if
Now you got homicide. So if he goes and tells somebody, she's going to get hemmed up for homicide.
But she can always say, no, I didn't.
Right.
She can't go the other way, but she can always say, no, it wasn't really. It was a bad
How do you prove that, though? Because she's already been checked by the doctors and everything when she had her miscarriage.
Her own doctors.
Yeah, her own doctors that she's
got
told
everybody
to
was on
take
board
care
with
of
it.
her.
Oh, good call.
Right. So,
see, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he goes to Gemma and says, actually, she wasn't really pregnant. Now that her whole gig's gone. It's blown. So
okay, I like
your
guys' insight. That was a question I had.
Yeah, she can always correct the other way, but she can't give up the goat, if you will.
True that. Okay, I like it. All right, anything else on that?
You know what's also funny? She in a couple episodes. Well, the first episode when she says she's pregnant or whatever, she must have found somebody to pee on a stick for her to show that it was a positive pregnancy.
Exactly.
You can just take a red marker,
Put
a plus sign.
Sure. Yeah, and I think you could put other chemicals too.
Sure,
like vinegar or something. I don't know.
Yeah. She's a doctor. She must
vinegar
know.
positive.
I don't know. Dude, I'll put the recipe out there on the show notes. Put a recipe for that.
But Wayne's Unser's like, screw it, I can't help you no more.
Yep. He leaves.
He's back to his original love, Gemma.
Yeah. So, yeah, quite an interesting scene. But Wayne has a good heart, and he's not happy with Tara's decisions. And like I said earlier, I see Tara turning straight up into Gemma, dude. She's doing things that Gemma would have did. Never expected that of my sweet little Tara. All right.
She's going to be a product of her environment.
She's going to get herself killed.
Yeah, she's not responsible. It's just a product of her environment.
That's okay. She's only a 5, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
That's true.
That is right.
She's no Drea de Matteo.
Ba-bam.
And so didn't they talk about something, though, if I remember right? Here's another air quote. Yeah, from Wayne. This is before he leaves. Yeah, air quote. I'm upset about you. And he says, breaks my heart that you had to become something so wrong to do what you thought was
Which
right.
he is saying you're turning into
Gemma.
Boom.
Exactly. Yeah. So Wayne meets with Sheriff Eli.
Some heavy stuff there.
It is heavy. It is heavy.
If it was real.
You're right. We don't know anymore. Wayne meets with Sheriff Eli. Wayne says that Tara is not pressing charges. And I think basically at the house, Wayne had told her, you better get on the phone now. If I remember right, he said, do you remember this? He basically told Tara that, you've got Gemma sitting in jail on homicide chart. Yeah.
You better get on the phone and make this right.
Exactly. And so he goes to Sheriff and basically tells him that she's not pressing charges. That Sheriff Eli's a little like, how do you know that? He was like, that's a little odd. How did you know she wasn't going to press charges? But anyways.
Because I'm Wayne Unser, man.
Do you guys remember this little talk they had? It kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier on the podcast.
Yeah.
And that is how I said Wayne was a good officer.
Wayne says, when I ran this town, these things didn't happen.
Yep. And he's basically, they have a very deep talk, and Sheriff asked him what he would do. And he asked.
That's craziness because that crap happened all the time when he was sheriff.
I know.
Well.
But he let it go. And that's what he tells Sheriff. He goes, I would let that go and let the family work it out.
Yep.
Because there's bigger fish to fry, basically, Wayne. Sure. I think, it's my take, is that's how Wayne ran the town, is he dealt if it was really serious. Otherwise, he kind of let them do things to keep the peace. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot more peaceful times when he was, you have to admit. If you look at the season.
As far as the common charming night.
Correct.
Thought, yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. Absolutely.
A lot of things got handled in the background.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, in the background, but it didn't affect Charming.
Correct.
And now everything's coming down on Charming.
Right.
The explosion, the bomb.
The citizens are getting tired.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So they have that deep little talk, and Wayne tells Eli that SOA is so woven into the very fabric of the town Charming. If you rip SOA out of Charming, it will never look the same. And I believe that to be kind of true.
Only
in the show's
show.
purpose.
Only for the show.
Of course, this is all fictional.
In real life, I'd say rip it on out, pull that Band-Aid off, flush it.
We would completely rip it out.
Clean it up.
And again, folks, this is a completely fictional show. We just have fun with it.
We need some more chlorine in the gene pool.
Yeah, no doubt. Of course, we're all LEOs that give this podcast, law enforcement officers. And so, yes, that we don't agree with anything. As far as it goes on the show, we would investigate them and arrest every single one of them.
Exactly.
But
it's good entertainment.
We're just doing it for entertainment purposes. So I believe for show purposes that, yes, they would, if you rip SOA out of Charming, it will never look the same. So Jax and the guys meet with the Bizlats, and they're not happy about the DA putting pressure on them, and that 3 of their guys are already MIA.
Which we don't know if they just took off
or if they're informants.
Exactly. Or nabbed up, yeah.
Or nabbed up, or if they're ratting. Yeah, exactly. You remember what went on here? There, anybody? Remember this scene? Jax tells him to hold strong until Nero can get out.
Hold on until Nero gets out.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And then what happened?
They
point out the car.
They think it's a cop sitting on him, undercover sitting on him, watching him.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he hits the gas, runs one of them over, drills him.
Yeah.
Drills a Bizlat.
Yeah.
And they don't obviously want to make a scene, so they're all getting the body and putting the body in the trunk and all that because they don't need any heat in that neighborhood.
No, they don't.
At this particular time.
Wrap them up and throw them in a car.
Yep.
Did you guys have any idea who it was that ran him over before?
Not before.
Yeah, me neither.
No,
I was like, what the heck was that, dude?
No.
Yeah, I just
no idea.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That might have been a rival crew or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put the body in the trunk, and then we'll pick back up on that here in a moment. But Wayne picks up Gemma from jail. They do let her out because Tara's not pressing charges. They have a long talk in the truck, in Wayne Unser's old truck, and Gemma that she's too controlling.
2 roads to go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
I like that.
Yep, 2 roads to go down. The one you're going down, or basically, in a nutshell, to be nice and try to work your way back in.
I like how he sets her up, though. It gives, he's talking about there's two roads, and there's the one you can go down, and it's a better road. And then she says, well, what road am I on now? Or what's the other road? And he says, the one you're on now.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah. Bam. In your face.
Yeah, I like that.
Gemma, Wayne does tell Gemma that she is too controlling over the boys and that Tara was just doing what she would have done. I like that. Straight in your face.
That was a little gem of knowledge there from Wayne Unser.
Exactly.
A little pearl of wisdom.
Wayne's got
a little free gift for you.
He does. Wayne's got it up there, dude.
Got some knowledge on her, didn't he?
We're ripping along because we're running, and I don't want to go too long here, but DA has Charlie Barosky brought in, and of course she's putting the pressure on him, and she shows him a binder about the fiscal issues and her redirecting the city resources, her plans to put the port under jurisdiction of sheriff's office, which scares Barosky because that would push him right out because the sheriff's office wouldn't allow his little side deal. So he and his friends will have to find another way to supplement their paychecks, is what she says.
Which puts him back in line with Jax now, because he was, with all the heat coming down from the Suns, I think he was thinking about backing out.
Yep.
But now with her saying that, he's got to get in line and puts them back together again.
Yep. And she wants to know what happened to that bizlat. She knows about the car incident, and she wants Barosky to look into it.
And of course, he gets right on the phone with Jax.
Absolutely.
Calls Jax, says, hey, you need to... What is going on? He's like, I know, I'm finding the car. I'll find it. I'll find the driver.
Yep, right on. And Barosky needs Jax to find the driver of that car. Nero and the DA meet again without his attorney, which was odd. Nero wants his son. He's trying to make a deal. Yep. Basically, his son, I forget what his son's disabled, and I can't remember from a past episode.
Yeah, it's a disabled, I don't know what kind of, but he's
special needs.
Special
autistic,
needs,
maybe.
Yeah, autistic or something.
I think it's something more than that.
Some type of special needs.
Yeah, some type of special needs. But anyways, he wants him to have the best care if he's going to turn state's evidence. DA's willing to do all this. Obviously, Nero wants to end up somewhere near him so he can visit. And she says, well, you can visit him because you're going to be out of jail. And he goes, no, I'm not. And that's when Nero lies and says it was all him that bought the KG9. He bought it off the street. He's basically protecting a Sam Crow.
And of course, the DA doesn't believe it.
Correct.
Does not believe it.
Yep, she doesn't. And Nero says he gave it to Darvini Jennings, which was Primo, and Dave Navarro, who's Dave Navarro before he got shot in the show. His old lady and Nero's cousin, if that makes sense. Darvini Jennings was Primo's girlfriend, basically, and they both got shot up at the cabin, if you guys remember that little incident up there. And then they ended up drugging her up there at the cabin, didn't they? Yeah.
Gave her a hot pop.
Yeah, gave her a hot pop and killed her. And then, so yeah. Anyways, they both got killed at the cabin for protection of the boy. That's what. That's basically what Nero's telling her is that. Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of that.
He's just saying I gave the gun to them for protection.
Right.
The kid got a hold of it.
Thank you very much for summing that up. I don't know why that was so hard. Nero says he is responsible for the death of those children.
Which, at some level,
what next?
He is.
He is, absolutely.
Sure.
They all are.
Yeah.
What's next there? We're rolling. We got to roll.
They find the car.
Yep.
They find the car.
And they're all sitting
with
out
the
front
bizlats.
there.
Yep. And they're Jax is trying to keep the bizlats from going up to the house and just dealing with it because he knows that they need to get this driver and turn the driver in.
Yep, because they want him alive and the bizlats want him dead. Yep. And they bust in the door. And
the bizlats bust in the door.
Yeah, the bizlats bust in the door, and all of a sudden Jax and the crew are like, oh, crap. They run in behind. And in the craziness of it all, Jax sees a picture fall. And, of course, it's a picture of one of the kids that was killed during the school shooting. The driver guy stabs a guy with a knife. And then, of course, the rumble starts, and that's when Jax sees the picture fall.
Yep.
They stop him up. The driver says they are pieces of beep, and they gave the boy the gun, and his boy is now dead. Jax tells the bizlat guys that he already called the cops and that they need to get out of there.
Because they need that driver found.
Exactly. So Jax is playing it hard. Cops show up, and the driver guy has a knife, and then I wasn't expecting that either. Straight up stabs himself in the jugular.
Not just like a little bit. He shanked it. He pushed all the way down to the shank.
Butcher knife. Right to the throat.
But still, I mean,
and the jugular vein was shooting out like 15 feet,
Yeah, he
dude.
sunk the thing in about 8 inches.
I was figuring he was gonna. When I saw him reach, I thought he was gonna cut his throat.
So did I.
But
Slit his throat, but
stuck it
straight up stuck it in there.
Yeah.
DA claims that she's the DA did show up there. And
She did
she
show
sees
up.
the driver's son picture, right? Yep. Okay. Sheriff Eli meets with DA Patterson and shows her a report from Lee Tork's motel room. Of course, as we all know, if you guys want to sum that up.
Can't stand that Lee Tork dirty cop guy, but what a good character. He's a great actor.
He's dead. Lee Tork's dead. Rest in peace.
That's a good thing.
Basically tells her that the labs came back and it was Lee.
Yeah, it's him.
It was Lee, and the prostitute's DNA was in there and all that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lee did it. He planned it.
Yep. So DA is putting together a deal. She tells him that she's putting together a deal basically for Nero to make his son's life better, putting together a deal for him to turn state's evidence.
And Eli's like, well, hold on now. You don't have the murder on Nero anymore. She says that she's going to keep moving forward for the greater good.
Yep. She says she's looking at the greater justice is what she puts it, and he doesn't like that. Gemma and Wendy meet, which is very interesting. Gemma jumps her crap and tells her she knows what is going on. Tells her basically that eventually that when Jax eventually finds out which side of the fence she wants to be on, so she's basically telling her you better choose a side now. Wasn't there some dope involved too? She gave her a gun.
Yeah, we didn't mention that in the earlier when the show started.
Dope.
She bought some heroin.
She bought a balloon of heroin.
Yeah, she bought some heroin.
Wendy
did.
That gun, if you remember right, was Gemma's.
Gemma
gave
gave
it
that
to her.
gun to her. Yeah.
Right.
It looked like a little car 40 or something.
And basically,
she gave it back, right?
She gave it back.
Gemma tells her, "Well, I'll keep Jax from killing you."
She takes the gun and she goes, I'm not taking that. You got to get rid of that dope on your own.
Mm-hmm. You get rid of the dope on your own.
Yep. Gemma wants her to help prove what Tara's done. Yep.
Yeah.
Wendy says, and what? You are going to be the one to give me time with my son. And Gemma says, air quote, no, I'll just make sure Jax doesn't kill you.
She's talking about her own, and she's talking about her own son.
I know,
That's
dude.
nuts, right?
I know it is.
I won't let my son kill you.
Yeah.
Basically. She pulls out the pistol and stuff, and Gemma says, you take care of the dope yourself. That's your problem.
And then Gemma gives her the witch's kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Kiss of death.
Yes.
Straight up, dude. She says that'll show trust if you get rid of the drugs yourself.
But she knows she's going to shoot it up.
She knows she's going to stick it in her arm.
See, last time she had to set her up to get her to shoot up. This time she just
So how does
put it on
Wendy?
her.
How does she get rid of it, guys?
Up her veins.
Up her veins.
Oh, no.
Straighten her arm.
Not my girl, Wendy.
Yeah, I need to play a little Pink Floyd
She's
right
hot
now.
in a trashy kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, dude, I put pictures of her. Did you probably
I
did.
saw that.
Did you see the
Oh, no,
pictures I
she's-
posted
yeah,
on the blog?
She's hot on
Lawabidingbiker.com/SOA03.
They got her looking a little whiskey tango in this
They do.
series.
They do.
totally.
Yeah.
Those
They do.
pictures, dude. Oh, man. I
And
mean,
if you don't know what whiskey tango is, you'll have to figure it out on your own.
yeah, straight up. So yeah, if you want to see those pictures that I posted in a description, they're there. But all right, we're just about wrapping up. Jax meets with Barosky. Barosky says D.A. Patterson is going to want his balls in a paper cup, and I
Why
just
a
want to ask
paper
you
cup?
guys, what the hell does that mean?
Why a paper
Because
cup?
I wrote it down and I replayed it like 3 times. I've never heard that saying. I don't know what it means to have your balls in a paper cup. Can somebody explain that
I'll
to
tell
me?
you, it's not good if your balls are in any cup.
True, except a big cup for
I
me.
don't think my balls would fit in a paper cup, guys. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I would need a big mug,
Put yours
beer
in-
mug.
You can put yours in a shot glass.
Anyways, I don't know what that means. If you guys know what that
She's
means,
gonna play beer pong with your nuts.
Beer.
yeah, dude, just go to the podcast lawabidingbiker.com/SOA04 and leave us some comments on what that actually means, because I have no idea what it means.
I don't either.
This is one headline that the DA is not going to want leaked, is what Barosky believes, and
Yeah.
DA forces victim. And basically he says, you don't want that on the front page of the paper, air quote, DA forces victim's daddy to slit his own throat. So she's kind of, Barosky's got her a little bit back in the hot seat herself. And the best line of this episode, of this SOA episode, is Jax asked Barosky what he did with Alice, which, remember, everybody, was Venus's mother that Jax shot in the head, and Barosky disposed of the body. So, best line, Jax asked Barosky, what did you do with that body? What did you do with Alice? Jax replies, air quote, the thing that should happen to every pedophile: chopped, burned, and buried.
Yeah, that's what Borowski said.
Yep, that's what Barosky said. Jax replies, quote, I shouldn't have killed her. So he's having a little remorse about that, whatever remorse an OMG member can have that kills people. Because Jax did kill her. Barosky says, don't worry about it, kid. I'm not going to use it against you.
Unless I have to.
And smiles. Everybody's got something on everybody, dude. That's how you play that game.
You're my friend because I got some dirt on you.
That's right. That's right. Gemma sees Jax at the hospital. You remember this scene there, Chewy?
I do.
All right, roll.
Basically,
speaking your microphone there.
Gemma tells him that she didn't...
Get your lips right up on it, like this.
She didn't...
And put your balls in a paper cup.
She didn't do what she's being accused of.
I'm going to put a paper cup on your microphone.
the one time he's rolling, dude. And we're
sorry.
Him up.
Sorry, go ahead, brother.
Basically, she tells Jax she was there.
Dude, he's just like...
That's my best Chewy, sorry. Go ahead, brother.
Basically, she tells Jax that she didn't kill the baby. She didn't, and doesn't believe, that Tara was pregnant in the first place.
Yep.
And Jax is like...
What did Jax say? She is a sick, twisted bitch.
Yep. Sick, twisted bitch. And you will never see those boys again.
That is right. Pretty hardcore. DA meets with Nero and is pissed off. Throws the pictures of the dead school kids in front of him and tells him that Lee Tork killed the prostitute.
And that's because of the kids, the driver of the car.
Yep, true that. Yep.
The boy.
Right.
That hit her hard, and she realizes, and she's just pissed now. And
that's why I'm saying, she might be overzealous, but I don't think she's dirty. We've talked about them in the past episodes.
Right.
I just think she's...
I think she's going to go dirty.
God, I hope not.
Because she wants it too bad. She's getting too personally involved.
But she just showed us right there. She wasn't willing
True.
to go.
She let Nero go.
That's right.
She releases
Which
Nero.
Had to be hard because she knows he's dirty.
Mm-hmm. And Jax and Tara talk while looking at their youngest boy over the crib. And Jax asks her to please let him back in.
Please let me back in.
How do I do that?
How do I... Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Yep. So obviously Jax knows he's kind of being alienated from her life.
Yep.
And wants back in, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
He's a good dad, though, Jax. He's
is.
a great dad.
He is.
Great husband, too.
He's
a homicidal...
he's around a lot.
He's
always around for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, when she's going through all that stuff in the hospital, where's Jax at? He's out in the street.
I'm going to go get my... I'm
going to go shoot this woman.
I'm going to go get my ultrasound. All right, I'm going to have a meeting at the club.
God.
Yeah, that goes over real well. In real life, it doesn't.
Great dude.
Yeah, great dude. Really there for his kids. Teaching them good morals.
That's right.
And the way to properly handle things, anger management. So anyways, that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys being in the studio with me. I appreciate all you guys listening.
I appreciate the food you gave me earlier.
Darn right.
Very good.
We did. We ate good, and I'm
Hungry.
full. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, we're going to keep... How many episodes are they going to do of Sons of Anarchy, Chewy? 13. Okay, so we just covered 7 and 8, so 9, 10, 11, 12, so probably 2 to 3 more podcasts, special podcasts.
The last one, 13, will probably...
That's a season finale.
Do by itself, I bet you.
Yeah.
Probably, because it's
gonna
usually
be
like
packed
2
full.
hours.
Yeah, and it'll be packed full of stuff.
So you can look forward to 3 more special podcasts, Sons of Anarchy podcast. But again, don't forget our regular podcasts that we still are cranking out. These are just little special ones.
Dude.
What?
Sorry to interrupt your roll, but I'm on lawabidingbiker.com, and I got the chat up and whatnot. But I was just kind of thumbing through, and I just saw a couple of pictures you put of Drea.
Oh, yeah.
De Matteo.
I told you, dude.
Wow.
You found that blog. That's no joke, is it? Did you click on the pictures and make them bigger?
Oh, yeah. She's legit.
Do you need a minute, Matt?
No,
right.
I
Matt needs a minute, everybody?
30 seconds.
All right. So anyways, don't forget to rate us on iTunes, please. It's so easy. Just go to Law Abiding Biker homepage, and there is a place where you can subscribe, and you can also rate us. Also, I know a lot of you out there listen to us on Stitcher Radio, and you can...
Stitcher Radio.
And you can rate us on Stitcher Radio. I'd really appreciate it. We're looking for some rankings there. All right, we are going to get out of here, guys, and we will see you on the next one. Don't forget, coming out, this is getting pumped out tonight, and then in a couple days, I will release regular episode number 22. You don't even remember what that one's about.
Probably not.
I'm going to keep it a secret, so just look forward to it, and thank you so much. We are out of here. Keep the rubber side down.
And the shiny side up.
Up.